Trump versus Harris, the 2024 showdown. The 2024 US presidential election is shaping up to be a historic and hotly contested race. It's a rematch, 4 years in the making, a clash of ideologies, and a battle for the soul of America. From the economy and inflation to abortion rights and immigration, the stakes have never been higher. Join us as we explore the forces shaping this election and the potential impact their decisions could have on the future of America.
The economy is always a top concern for voters, and this year is no different. Inflation continues to strain household budgets, and while unemployment is relatively low, many Americans are worried about the future. Former President Trump argues that his policies of tax cuts and deregulation were responsible for a booming economy before the pandemic. Vice President Harris argues that the Biden administration's focus on infrastructure investment and middle-class tax relief is the best way to achieve sustainable growth. This fundamental difference in philosophy will shape their approaches to everything from taxes and regulation to healthcare and education.
The Supreme Court's decision to overturn Roe v. Wade has ignited a firestorm of controversy and energized voters on both sides of the abortion debate. Vice President Harris has been a vocal advocate for abortion rights, calling the Supreme Court's decision a health crisis and vowing to codify Roe v. Wade into federal law. She argues that women have the right to make their own healthcare decisions without government interference. The Republican Party is divided on the issue, with some pushing for a national ban on abortion and others advocating for state-level decisions. Former President Trump has praised the overturning of Roe v. Wade, but has largely avoided taking a specific stance on a national ban. The debate over abortion is likely to be a major factor in the 2024 election, particularly in swing states.
Immigration is another highly charged issue that has become a major flashpoint in American politics. Former President Trump made immigration a centerpiece of his 2016 campaign, promising to build a wall along the US-Mexico border and to crack down on illegal immigration. Vice President Harris and the Democratic Party generally favor a more compassionate approach to immigration, supporting a pathway to citizenship for undocumented immigrants. They argue that a focus on border security alone is not an effective solution and highlight the economic contributions of immigrants. Finding a solution that balances security concerns with humanitarian considerations will be a major challenge for the next president.
Chapter 4. The World Stage Navigating Global Unrest. The world is a dangerous and unpredictable place, and the next president will face a daunting array of foreign policy challenges. Former President Trump's foreign policy was often characterized by its unpredictability and its focus on America First principles. Vice President Harris has pledged to restore America's global leadership and to work with allies to address shared challenges. The 2024 election will offer voters a clear choice between two very different visions for America's role in the world.
Chapter 5. The Supreme Court, the Future of Justice. The Supreme Court has become one of the most powerful and consequential institutions in American government, and its decisions have a profound impact on the lives of all Americans. Former President Trump's 3 appointments to the Supreme Court have shifted the balance of the court dramatically to the right. Vice President Harris, if elected, would likely seek to appoint justices who would uphold Roe v. Wade and other precedents that protect individual rights and liberties. She would also likely prioritize experience and diversity in her judicial nominations. The battle over the Supreme Court is likely to be one of the most contentious and consequential aspects of the 2024 election.
Chapter 6. Climate change. Urgency versus denial. Climate change is one of the most pressing issues facing the planet, and its effects are already being felt around the world. Vice President Harris has made tackling climate change a central focus of her agenda, calling it an existential threat and pledging to take bold action to address it. Former President Trump has been dismissive of climate change, calling it a hoax and rolling back environmental regulations during his presidency. The 2024 election presents a stark choice on climate change. with voters facing a decision between a candidate who prioritises environmental protection and one who dismisses the science of climate change. The future of our planet hangs in the balance, and the next president's policies will have far-reaching consequences.
The choice is yours. 2024 and beyond. With battleground states like Arizona, Michigan, and Pennsylvania likely to decide the election, both candidates are vying for undecided voters. Will voter turnout in these critical areas swing the election? Or will national issues like the economy or foreign policy take precedence? Stay tuned as we follow these major issues and provide the latest updates and analysis on the 2024 presidential election.